So why is it called Navan mantra? Because it has 9 syllables in it. And these 9 syllables, there are 9 forms of Durga also. Yes, Navratri, how many nights it has? 9 nights. Especially for those who don't understand Hindi much, Navratri, 9 nights. Nav Durga, 9 forms of Durga. Navana, 9 syllables. And there is a big debate over Om Am Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche or Am Reem Kleem Chamundai Viche. I think everybody keeps asking this question. Both are okay. According to the scriptures, of course, Om was not to be added. Am mantra, when a mantra starts with the syllable Am, then you don't add Om. But Om is also Pranav. So when you add it, it gives Sampurna Shakti. So it can be added in some cases. Also, Om, once you add Om, then it becomes Dash Akshari mantra. It is no longer Navan mantra. Hence, we will only chant Am Rim Klim Chamundai Viche. But Siddha Kunjika Stotra mein bhi shuru hota hai Om Am Rim Klim Chamundai Viche. Yes? Achha, Am Rim Klim are the Bijakshars of Saraswati, Lakshmi and Kali. Am is for Saraswati, Reem is for Mahalakshmi and Kleem is for Mahakali. So imagine a mantra which has the combined effect of all these 3 Mahadevis. There can't be anybody bigger than this, right? So you can imagine how potent this mantra is. Uske baad hota hai 9 grahas. Most of the troubles in our life, whatever we are going through in our life, and also the cycle of birth and death, this only is determined by our karmas. This is only, and karmas ka result kaun deta hai? Who gives the result of our karmas? It is the 9 grahas. So to counteract the effect of this 9 grahas, Navan mantra is what works. This is how powerful Navan mantra is. And as we do every day when we sit down for chanting, I will explain more and more about Navan mantra. Today I will only explain the first akshar. First akshar is Am. Am is the Bijakshar of Saraswati. Saraswati gives you what? Any idea? There are various forms of Saraswati. Saraswati gives you, which I will explain Vasant Panchami ke time, but I'll just give you one brief idea. Saraswati gives you intelligence, which is the analytical mind. Saraswati gives you memory retention. Saraswati gives you the power of debating. Jivha pe bhi jo baithti hai. Saraswati gives you the power of discrimination, Vivek. And Saraswati gives you the power to control your mind also. Because without controlling your mind, you can never succeed, whether materially or spiritually. So the first month and the first syllable of this mantra is Saraswati. But what happens? We are too busy running behind Lakshmi or Kali. Everybody who comes to me, they want either Shatru Nivaran or they want money. But they don't realize that even the Vedas, even the Rishis gave first prominence to Saraswati. And Saraswati is also what? Anybody? What is Guru? Saraswati ka form. Yes. But we all want to skip the Guru mantra, the Ganpati mantra, the Bhairav mantra and just go straight to the Mahavidyas. So this Navan mantra also emphasizes that without Guru, without going through the proper system, you cannot reach the goal. Yes, otherwise they could have put Om Reem, Pehle Lakshmi ko de dete, and baki ka, why even put 9 syllables? Just chant Reem and get everything that you want. But if you don't have the power of discrimination, first, if you are not intelligent enough, you may not be able to make money. If by any chance, because of despite your lack of intelligence, you've made money, if you don't have the power of discrimination, the money will just go away. That money will be lost in no time. And again, clean, Shatru, everybody comes. Either it is money problem or it is Shatru problem. And in Shatru problem, I also count marital problem, because generally husband and wife, those who have marital troubles, it is always because, they're both treating each other like Shatrus. Yes. So without knowledge, you will not be able to handle your enemies, or you will not be able to even discriminate that it is not the person who is my enemy. It is the feeling, it is the misinterpretation, it is the destiny, it is our past karmas, because of which I regard this person as Shatru, or because of which this person is treating me so badly, or I have this animosity towards him. Saraswati, the Aang Beej, gives you the power of discrimination to see beyond things as they are, to understand that it is all because of your karmas, and unless you forgive, unless you forget, you will not be able to break this cycle of birth and death, and you will be born with the same enemies, the same friends again and again, and not be able to free yourself from this cycle of Janm and Mrityu, birth and death. Yes, this is the importance of Saraswati, and this is the and Saraswati is also Guru. Saraswati is also to a great extent Ganpati. Normally, students should chant Ganpati and Guru both to succeed and reach their goal. And also Saraswati, because Saraswati gives you mental peace. You cannot have mental peace unless you learn how to control the mind. You can have everything in the world. It is useless unless you are at peace. You will never be able to enjoy. You will never be happy. You will be born as a miserable person. You will die as a miserable person. And there is no point in chanting, getting money, getting married, anything if you are not happy. And that happiness can only come from Saraswati. Also, Purnamansik Shanti is a form of Lakshmi, which again is a very neglected form of Lakshmi, which people are not aware of. The ultimate goal is but Shanti. And Shanti is also Satchidanand, which is Samadhi, which is Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which is again the highest goal for any sadhak. Okay. Also, before we start this, I remember Guruji ke Kamakhya ke teen vachan. I am going to remind this to everybody because this is something that we should keep contemplating again and again. First was, Ahankar Rahi Jeevan, live a life free of ego. And for that, you should always remember that you are not the doer. If today I start feeling egoistic, oh, I am teaching you people. No. It is the gurus who want the knowledge to be spread, who want the knowledge to be propagated, and that knowledge you are receiving through me. I am not the doer. You are not receiving the knowledge. Your karmas, it is the grahas influencing you. It is again the blessing of gurus and God that you are able to sit in this session and listen to me and gain all this knowledge. This is very, very important if you want the blessings of all three. So first, Kamakhya ka vachan is Ahankar Rahit Jivan, live a life free of ego. Second is Shatruo ko bhi shama karo. You have to forgive even the worst of your enemies. If you carry any grudge, you will never be able to have be peaceful. Without peace, to point hi kya hai kuch bhi karne ka, right? So you have to remember always, and also you will never be able to break the cycle of birth and death if you do not learn to forgive. Somebody says something, because you also have that negativity bhi nahi hai. It is human nature. It is our inherent nature. It is the constitution of the human body that you will have an urge to react. It has nothing to do with you being a good person or a bad person. And to break beyond all of this is what Saraswati is needed. And unless you break this cycle of engaging with people, you will not be able to break the cycle of being born with them. And if you keep being born with these people, you'll never be able to succeed, whether in this birth or in the next birth. It may not happen automatically, but it should happen towards the end of your life. And easily one small tip that I gave some people here, and I'll give others also who have not spoken to me personally, is every time somebody annoys you, irritates you, instead of giving that person some expletive, instead of using that, just use God bless you. Let God bless you be your stupid idiot. Jo usko gali deni hai na, let that be God bless you. Even if you don't mean that God bless you, start saying God bless you. And sooner or later, that God bless you will start flowing naturally, and you will not accumulate more negative karma, and you will be able to disengage from these souls with whom you have karmic debt. So second point, forgive even your worst enemies. Third, paropakar ki bhavna. Always think beyond yourself. Yesterday, I was telling somebody that whatever money you make, 10% का rule होता था in our scriptures that 10% should be utilized for religious purpose. In that 10%, 1% used to go directly, 1% should be given to your gurus or temples or whatever, but the remaining 9% used to be for your pilgrimage, your donations, your anything. So when you go on a pilgrimage, you end up supporting a lot of people. When you donate, you learn to benefit others. With the more you benefit, you will receive manyfold. एक बात हमेशा याद रखना. If you give 1 rupee, you're going to receive 100,000 rupees back in your life, depending on your intention, depending on your destiny. So paropakar ki bhavna is very, very important. And these three things you should remember during entire Navratri. Don't get angry. First 3 days, the Asuri Shaktis are at their fullest, strongest. ये भी मैं बता दूं. 3 दिन, first 3 days, and you have to notice this. You have to observe this yourself. The first 3 days का meditation का intensity notice करना. And notice the intensity first 3 days. Then notice the intensity the next 3 days, and then observe your experiences in the final 3 days of Navratri. For some of you, because this is the first time, this is why I'm breaking it down. So first 3, second 3, last 3 days. And you have to write a journal. And at the end of the session, you have to come and discuss, Ki, Didi, this happened. Why did this happen? Okay. First 3 days, Asuri Shaktis are at their strongest. You will not be able to focus. Every time you sit down to chant, there will be some or the other obstacle. And God and the Asur, the negative forces, will try their best to get a reaction from you. If you have reacted, fine. Forgive yourself first, then forgive the other person and sit down back in your sadhana. But try not to engage. And bhool kar bhi do not fight with another woman during the 9 days of Navratri. You have to treat every woman, whether married, whether unmarried, whether widowed, whether a child, with utmost respect, because Devi is in all of the women. But that does not mean you go on fighting with the men. Don't fight with the men. If she is Devi, he is Devta. ठीक है. And vegetarian food everybody will eat. I'm assuming most of us be already vegetarian, but फिर भी vegetarian food. Avoid going to anybody's house during the 9 days of Navratri. You will not eat food that is served by anyone. You will not visit anybody's house. You will stick to either your house or your guru's temple or guru's premises. If that is not possible, कोई बहुत powerful Devi का temple है, you can go there. But avoid going to the other temples as well, because whatever you are chanting, then that gets dissipated. It is again useless. Your sum total will be 0. And then you will come after 1 year, 2 years. I've been chanting for so long. Why did I not benefit? Because you went away and you withered away all of your energy. That is not my fault or the Guru's fault, right? If there is a water tank, it is filled with a lot of water, and you keep the tap on, and the water tank is not getting filled. If all the water drains out, that is not the fault of the tank. There was enough water in it. But if you keep draining your energies like this, then nobody can help you. So be very careful about where you go, what you eat, and avoid eating anywhere at all. Also, keep quiet as much as possible. Maun ka dharan karna chahiye. I remember once we went to Kamakhya during Navratri, and there was this, Caucasian lady. She did not speak 9 days ka maun hai to maun hai. Baba Bhutnath ji used to keep maun, silence, vow of silence once a week, and Navratri mein to continuously, because you have to save your energy as much as possible. So remember this, and finally keep chanting this mantra that I'm giving you. Only focus on this mantra for this time, for the 9 days. Keep chanting this mantra when you're walking, when you're sleeping, when you're driving, when you are cooking, when you are doing anything. Eventually, towards the last 9 days, you have to tell me what happens if you follow this rule. You will tell me, because if I tell you now, then I will subtly influence you. I do not want to influence you, but I want to hear all of your experiences when you follow these steps during the 9 days. And now we chant with the, now we start with the chanting. If there is any doubt, you can ask me at the end of the session. Okay? So Om apavitra pavitra va sarvavastham gatupi va yas maret punrikakshay sababhyantar shuchihi. ओम गुरुर् ब्रह्मा गुरुर् विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। We start with the Viniyoga. Viniyoga means taking sankalpa, taking vow. So for taking vow, you will take some water in your hand, and once you finish taking the vow, you will throw that water on the ground. ठीक है? ओम अस्य श्री नर्वाण मंत्रस्य ब्रह्मा विष्णु रुद्र ऋषयः गायत्री 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 गायत्रुषिणी अनुष्टुप छंदाचे श्री महाकाली महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती देवता ऐं बीजं ह्रीं शक्ति क्लीं किलकम श्री महाकाली महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती प्रत्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः. Now you can pour that water. In the Viniyog also, in the Sankalp also, it writes, why are we doing this chanting? Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati Prityarthe, to please Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. This is how powerful this mantra is. Now you will know why I was emphasizing so much on Navan mantra for Navratri. Now Rishyadi Nasaha. Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Rishibhyo, Namah Shirasi. Also, another important point. This time when we are chanting, the Rishis are also Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. How many other mantras the Rishis are directly Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva? This is to explain the importance, the magnitude of what we are doing. Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, Rishibhyo, Namah Shirasi, Gayatrishni, Anushtup Chandabhyo, Namah Mukhe, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, Devtaye, Namah Hriday, Aim Bijev, Namah Guhye, Him Shakte, Namah Padayo, touch your legs, Klim Kilkaya, Namah Nabha, your navel. Now Karanyasa, just watch what I am doing. Eng Angushtabhyam Namaha, Lim Tarjanibhyam Namaha, Klim Madhyamabhyam Namaha, Chamundaye Anamikabhyam Namaha, Vichai Kanishtikabhyam Namaha, Em Reem Klim Chamundaye Vichai Kartal Karpishtabhyam Namaha. Again, your heart. Em Hridyaya Namaha. Head. Reem Shirase Swaha. Klim Shikhaya Varshat. Chamundaye Klim Shikhaya Varshat. Chamundaye Kavachaya Hum. Vichai Netra Traya Varshat. Em Reem Klim Chamundaye Vichai Astraya Phat. Em Namaha Shikhabhyam. Reem Namaha Netre. Klim Namaha. Okay. Reem Namaha Dakshin Netre, right eye. Klim Namaha Vam Netre. Cham Namaha Dakshin Karne, right ear. Mum Namaha Vam Karne, left ear. Dam Namaha Dakshine Nasa Pute, right nostril. Yem Namaha Vam Nasa Pute, left nostril. Mim Namaha Mukhe. Che Namaha Guhye. Okay? Now we are not, okay, now we will do the dhyana, mantra dhyana. Please think of the Devi Durga in all her form, or anybody, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, or your Guru, on your Agya Chakra. You have to remember, bring your focus as much on the Agya Chakra as much as possible. I believe everybody here listens to the Bhagavad Gita. Next time, tomorrow, this is a project for you all. You will come and you will explain me why I emphasize so much on the Agya Chakra. Okay, but whenever we chant, it is not the Hriday Chakra, we have to bring the focus here. So focus, visualize the Devi, focus here. Vam Vag Bijam Hi Deepam Saman Deeptam Karma Cha Vaishwanara Tulya Rupam Cha Pratimaman Tu Sukhaya Chintyam Va Shuddha Jambu Nada Tulya Kantim Mum Panchamam Raktatar Prakalpatam Dam Shashtum Agrarti Hare Sunitam Ye Saptamam Krishnam Taram Ripubhnam Vi Pandura Chastamadi Siddhim Che Dhumra Varna Navamam Vishalam Etani Bijani Navatsya Japat Pravadya Sakalartha Siddhim. Okay? And now we start the chanting. First mala I am going to chant will be Guru, then second will be Ganpati, third will be Bhairav, और उसके बाद जो है we will start the Navad mantra, and after that if anybody wants to volunteer they can tell me and we will do that too, and we will end with 11 part of Siddha Kunjika Stotra. Okay? Om Paramtattvaya Narayanaye Gurubhyo Namah. 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 One tip: either you will focus here on your Agya Chakra. If you have a diya in front of you, focus on the diya. Try and not to blink as much as possible, or focus on the photo or the yantra in front of you. And tomorrow onwards, we will make it a practice to do tratak on these things, or we will visualize internally. Okay? Om Paramtattvaya Narayanaye Gurubhyo Namah. 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 ओम परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुभ्यो नमः। 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 ओम क्लीं क्लीं भूतनाथाय नमः। क्लीं क्लीं भूतनाथाय नमः। क्लीं क्लीं भूतनाथाय नमः। क्लीं क्लीं भूतनाथाय नमः। ओम लीं देवी चेतनानंदाय सोम लीं 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 ओम गंगणपते नमः। 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 ओम गंगणपते नमः। 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 ओम गंगणपते नमः। 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 ओम गंगणपते नमः। 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 ओम गंगणपते नमः। 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 ओम गंगणपते नमः। 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 ओम गंगणपते नमः। गंगणपते नमः। गंगणपते नमः। ओम भम बिरवाय नमः। 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 ओम भम बिरवाय नमः। 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 ओम भम बिरवाय नमः। 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 ओम भम बिरवाय नमः। 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 ओम 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 ह्रीं ओम तत्सम ह्रीं फट ओम ह्रीं ओम तत्सम ह्रीं फट ओम ह्रीं ओम तत्सम ह्रीं फट ओम ह्रीं ओम तत्सम ओम ह्रीं ओम फट ओम ह्रीं ओम प्राणेरं पतिरं चतुरं जागरेण नमः 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 ओम भूर्भुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो न प्रचोदयात् ओम भूर्भुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो न प्रचोदयात् ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। अब आप लोग एक बार मन में आई एम टेलिंग यू इन इंग्लिश हिंदी वॉट एवर दैट यू विल प्रे टू द गॉडेस दैट माँ गॉडेस दुर्गा प्लीज कम sit on our sit on the asan that we have given you. Please give us the permission to chant the mantra, and please give us the strength to finish our sankalpa. Okay? Now we can begin chanting the mantra. Em rim klim chamanda viche, 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 em rim klim chamanda viche. Em rim klim chamanda viche, 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 em rim klim chamanda viche. Em rim klim chamanda viche, 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 em rim klim chamanda viche. Em rim klim chamanda viche, 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 em rim klim chamanda viche. Em rim klim chamanda viche, 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 em rim klim chamanda viche. Em rim klim chamanda viche, 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 em rim klim chamanda viche. Em rim klim chamanda viche, 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 em rim klim chamundaya viche, em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, em rim klim chamunda viche, em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klim chamunda viche, 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 em rim klim chamunda viche. Em rim klum cham daviche, 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 em rim klum cham daviche. Emrim klum chamdaviche, 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 emrim klum chamdaviche. Om Param Tattvaya Narayanaय Gurubhyo Namaha. Anybody wants to volunteer for chanting?
I can do.
हाँ करो.
I am Ringli Chamunda.
So one thing, 1 minute, 1 second. So one thing I don't think if anybody noticed is the mantra starts with the Bijakshar M. Yes, but when we were doing the न्यास में क्या आता है? श्री महाकाली, महालक्ष्मी, महा सरस्वती प्रत्यर्थ है. So न्यास जब प्रत्यर्थम की बात आई तो महाकाली comes before Saraswati and Lakshmi. Any idea why? Because Mahakali is the easiest to please, the least of restriction. She is the most giving, and personally also in my life, whenever I was in trouble as a growing child, as a teenager, as a young adult, whatever, the first person I would go to was Mahakali. Sadhana मैंने सबसे पहले की थी Tara, and then Kamla, and then other sadhanas. But every time I was in trouble, I used to go to Mahakali and my trouble would get resolved. I did Kali sadhana much later, but Kali Ma is the easiest to please. But mantra starts with Eng. When it comes to being pleased, Saraswati comes in the end. Because Guru ko please karna, actual knowledge attain karna, to please your Guru and to actually attain knowledge is the most difficult, because attaining knowledge, realizing that we are one with the Supreme Consciousness is the ultimate goal of life, is the ultimate goal of sadhana. And that is the most difficult. And in real life, we end up giving the least importance to Saraswati and Guru. So this is also this is also how you should actually read and try and understand what is written in the mantras, in the Vinayog everywhere. Now we will do Siddha Kunjika Stotra. Siddha Kunjika Stotra is the key. Kunjika means the key. Kunjika also means forest. So something that is hidden. So Kunjika Stotra was only meant to be given to people who are real bhakts, who are loyal, who are with their gurus for a very long time. I am giving it to you all. It is, you should not give it to others. But if you give, that is your karma. I cannot stop anybody. But if you really want to gain benefit, then please follow the rules. Again, Siddha Kunjika Stotra is capable of everything. Without this, if you chant Chandi Mahachandi part, if you do it, then you don't get the result of it. And if you just read this also, you can get the benefit of reading entire Chandi. But again, you have to understand this is all contextual. If you have the time and you're still not doing sadhanas and you think I will only read Kunjika Stotra, then God is not stupid. God is seeing everyone. These were meant for householders. These were meant for people who cannot dedicate as much time as a sannyasi or a ascetic or others can. So you have to always understand that. Now we start with the Kunjika Stotra. If you have any material goal in life, you can think of that and pray to the goddess that I'm doing this with this particular goal. But if you just pray to the God for her blessing, she will make sure that your material goals are also fulfilled, but it will take time. The only benefit of taking sankalp for your material goal before doing this and taking sankalp of Devi's blessing before doing this is the other thing. The other way will also make you realize your goal, but it will take a longer time. And if you only think about the goal, it will happen quickly, but then you will go astray from the right path. So in the long run, this asking for Devi's blessing is always better. Siddha Kunjika Stotra. Shiva Uvacha. Lord Shiva says, Shrinu Devi Pravakshami Kunjika Stotra Uttamam Yena Matra Prabhavena Chandi Japa Shubha Bhavet. So he says that listen, Parvati Devi, and this I'm going to now narrate the mantra with which you get the auspicious benefit. Shubha Bhavet, the auspicious benefit or the safalta or the completion, the success of Chandi Pata. न कवचम न अर्गला स्तोत्रम कीलकम न रहस्यकम न सुक्तम नापि ध्यानम च न न्यासो न च वाचनम कुंजिका पाठ मात्रेण दुर्गा पाठ फलम लभेत. So he says you don't have to chant anything, nothing. The kavach, argala stotra, kilaka, sukta, nothing can give you the phala, the benefit, the fruits of Chandi Kunjika of Durga Path. But just reading Kunjika Stotram will give you the benefit of reading entire Durga Sapshati. Ati guhetaram devi devanamapi durlabham gopniyam prayatnena swayoniriva parvati. So here he says that this Kunjika Stotra should be kept as secret as possible. You should not narrate it to others. This is also very difficult for Devtas to attain, for Devtas to read. Also, when you think about why it is so difficult, you can always take a book and start reading, right? But all these are useless unless you hear it from your Guru Parampara. You can take a book and read it, but it is not going to have any effect at all. Any mantra that is not taken from your Guru Parampara is useless. That will never have any effect. Ati guhitaram devi devanamapi durlabham gopniyam prayatnena swayam niriva parvati maranam mohanam vashyam stambhan uchchatanadikam path matrena sansiddhet kunjika stotram uttamam. Don't get very excited when you hear, oh, this part is very powerful, I can do Maran Mohan Uchchatan. The Maran Mohan Uchchatan actually has a very deeper meaning about which also we will discuss in some session, not in Navratri, but in some other session for those who are interested in understanding this. Ath mantraha Om Em Reem Klim Chamundaya Viche Om Glom Hum Klim Jum Saha Jwale Jwale Jwal Jwal Prajwal Prajwal Em Reem Klim Chamundaya Viche Jwal Ham Sam Lam Sham Pat Swaha Iti mantraha. Namaste Rudra Rupinye, Namaste Madhumardini, Namah Ketabharinye, Namaste Mahishardini. So here what we are doing, we are chanting different forms of Devi Ma. Namaste Rudra Rupinye, somebody who looks like Rudra. Rudra ka roop hai, Rudra ka pura shakti hai. Madhumardini, Madhu was a Daitya and she slayed him. Ketab was another Daitya and she slayed him. Mahishasur ko she slayed him. So she destroyed all of this. So Namaste Rudra Rupinye, Namaste Madhumardini, Namah Ketabharinye, Namaste Mahishardini, Namaste Shumbhantre cha Nishubha Surghatini, Jagratam hi Mahadevi, Japam Siddhim Kurushmame, Enkari Srishti Rupai, Ringari Pratipalika, Cleankari Kamrupinye, Bij Rupe Namastute, Chamunda Chandaghati cha Yekari Vardaini, Viche cha Vedai Nitya, Namaste Mantra Rupini, Dham Dhim Dhum Dhur Jatahe Patni, Vam Vim Bhum Vagdishwari, Kram Krim Krum Kalika Devi, Sham Shim Shum Me Shubham Kuru, Hum Hum Humkar Rupinye, Jam 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 Jamanadini, Bram Brim Bhum Bhairavi Bhadre Bhavane Te Namo Namaha, Am Kam Cham Tam Tam Pam Yam Sham Vim Dhum Em Vim Ham Sham Dijagram Trote Diptam Kuru Kuru Swaha, Pam Pim Pum Parvati Purna Kham Kim Pum Khechari Tata Sam Sim Sum Shakti Devi Mantra Siddhim Kurushme Idam Tu Kunjika Stotra Mantra Jagarti Hetave Bhakte Nevadaitavyam Gopitam Raksha Parvati Yastu Kunjikaya Devi Hinam Sapshatim Patet Natosya Jayate Siddhir Aranye Rodanyam Tatha Yatha Om Tatsat Om Em Reem Klim Chamundaya Viche Om Klom Hum Klim Jum Saha Jwale Jwale Jwal Jwal Prachul Prachal Em Reem Klim Chamundaya Viche Jal Ham Sam Lam Sham Pat Swaha Namaste Rudra Rupinye, Namaste Madhumardini, Namah Ketabharinye, Namaste Mahishardini, Namaste Shumbhantre cha Nishubha Surghatini, Jagratam hi Mahadevi, Japam Siddhim Kurushvame, Enkari Srishti Rupai, Ringkari Pratipalika, Cleankari Kamrupine, Bij Rupe Namastute, Chamunda Chandaghati cha Yekari Vardaini, Viche cha Vedanityam, Namaste Mantra Rupini, Dham Dhim Dhum Durjate Patni, Vam Bhim Bhu Bhaktishwari, Kram Krim Kum Kalika Devi, Sham Shim Shumme Shubham Kuru, Hum Hum Humkar Rupine, Jam 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 Nadini, Bram Prim Pum Bhairavi Bhadre Bhavane Te Namo Namaha, Am Kam Cham Tam Tam Pam Yam Sham Vim Dhum Em Vim Ham Sham Dijagram Trote Diptam Kuru Kuru Swaha, Pam Pim Pum Parvati Purna Kham Kim Pum Khechari Tara Sam Sim Sum Sapshati Devya Mantra Siddhim Kurushvame, Idam Tu Kunjika Stotra Mantra Jagarti Hetave Abhakte Nevadatevam Gopitam Raksha Parvati. Yes, to Kunjikaya Devi, Kunjikaya Devi, Hinam Sapshatim Pate Natasya Jayate Siddhir Aranye Rodanam Tatha Om Tatsad Om Em Rim क्लीं चामुंडाय विचे ओम ग्लौम हुम क्लीं जुं सः ज्वाले ज्वाले जल जल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुंडाय विचे जल हम सम लम शम फट स्वाहा नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिणे नमस्ते मधुमर्दिनि नमः केटभारिणे नमस्ते महेशार्दिने नमस्ते शुंभहंत्रिणे शुंभासुरघातिनि जागृतमि महादेवी जपं सत्यं पुरुषोमे ऐंकारी सृष्टि रूपाय ह्रींकारी प्रतिपालिका क्लींकारी कामरूपिणे बीज रूपे नमस्ते चामुंडा चंडघाती च एकारी वरदायिनी विचे च वदा नित्यं नमस्ते मंत्र रूपिणी धाम धीम धूम दुर्जटे पत्नी वाम भीम भूम अग्धीश्वरी क्राम क्रीम क्रूम कालिका देवी शाम शिम शुम में शुभम कुरु हुम हुम हुमकार रूपिण्ये जम 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 नादिनी भ्राम ह्रीं भ्रूम भैरवी भद्रे भवान्ये नमो नमः अम कम चम टम तम पम यम शम भीम धूम ऐं भीम हम शंधि जागरम त्रोटे त्रोटे दीप्तम कुरु कुरु स्वाहा पाम पीम पूम पार्वती पूर्णा खाम कीम खूम केचरी तना साम सीम सुम सती देवी मंत्र सत्यम कुरुष्व में इदम तुम कुंजिका स्तोत्र मंत्र जागृति हेतु अभक्ते ने वदातव्यम गोपितम रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुंजिका देवी हीनाम सुक्षतिम पवित न तस्य जायत सिद्धिररण्ये रोदे रोदनम तथा ओम तत्सत् ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुंडाय विचे ओम ग्लौम हुम क्लीं जुं सः ज्वाले ज्वाले ज्वल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुंडाय विचे जल हम सम लम शम पट स्वाहा नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिणे नमस्ते मधुमर्दिनि नमः केटभारिणे नमस्ते महेशार्दिने नमस्ते शुंभहंत्रिणे शुंभासुरघातिनि जागृतमि महादेवी जपं सिद्धिं पुरुषोमे ऐंकारी सृष्टि रूपाय ह्रींकारी प्रतिपालिका क्लींकारी कामरूपिणे बीज रूपे नमस्ते चामुंड चंडघाती जयकारी वरदायिनि विचे जय वेदा नित्यं नमस्ते मंत्र रूपिणी धाम धीम धूम दुर्जटे पत्नी वाम भीम भूम अग्धीश्वरी क्राम क्रीं क्रूम कालिका देवी शाम शिम शुम में शुभम कुरु हुम हुम हुमकार रूपेणे जम 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 नादिनी भ्राम ह्रीं भूम भैरवी भद्रे भवान्ये नमो नमः अम कम शम टम तम पम यम शम भीम धूम ऐं भीम हम शम दिजागरम त्रुटे त्रुटे दीप्तम कुरु कुरु स्वाहा पाम पीम पूम पार्वती पूर्णा खाम कीम खूम केचरी तना साम सीम सुम सती देव्या मंत्र सत्यम पुरुषों में इदम तो कुंजिका स्तोत्र मंत्र जागृति हेतु वे अभक्ते ने बताते में गोपतम रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुंजिका देवी हीनाम सचति परे न तस्य जायते सिद्धिररण्ये रोदनम यथा ओम तत्सत् ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुंडाय विचे ओम ग्लौम हुम क्लीं जुं सः ज्वाले ज्वाले ज्वल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुंडाय विचे जल हम सम लम शम पट स्वाहा नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिणे नमस्ते मधुमर्दिनि नमः केटभारिणे नमस्ते महेशार्दिने नमस्ते शुंभहंत्रिणे शुंभासुरघातिनि जागृते महादेवी जपं सिद्धिं पुरुषों में ऐंकारी सृष्टि रूपाय ह्रींकारी प्रतिपालिका क्लींकारी कामरूपिणे बीज रूपे नमस्ते चामुंडा चंडघाती च एकारी वरदायिनी विच्चे च वेदा नित्यं नमस्ते मंत्र रूपिणी धाम धीम धूम दुर्जटे पत्नी वाम भीम भूम अग्धीश्वरी क्राम क्रीं क्रूम कालिका देवी शाम शिम शुम में शुभम कुरु हुम हुम हुमकार रूपिणे जम 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 नादिनी भ्राम ह्रीं भ्रूम भैरवी भद्रे भवान्ये नमो नमः अम कम चम टम तम पम यम शम भीम धूम ऐं भीम हम शम दिजागरम त्रोटे त्रोटे दीप्तम कुरु कुरु स्वाहा पाम पीम पूम पार्वती पूर्णा खाम कीम खूम केचरी तथा साम सीम सुम सती देव्य मंत्र सिद्धिं पुरुषों में इदम तुम कुंजिका स्तोत्र मंत्र जागृति हेतवे अभक्ते ने विदातव्यं गोपतम रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुंजिका देवी हीनां सचतिं पठेत् न तस्य जात सिद्धिररण्ये रोदेनम यथा ओम तत्सत् ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुंडाय विचे ओम ग्लौम हुम क्लीं जुं सः ज्वाले ज्वाले ज्वल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुंडाय विचे ज्वल हम सम लम शम पट स्वाहा नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिणे नमस्ते मधुमर्दिनि नमः केटभारिणे नमस्ते महेशार्दिने नमस्ते शुंभहंत्रे जन शुंभासुरघातिनि जागृतमि महादेवी जपं सिद्धिं कुरुष्व में ऐंकारी सृष्टि रूपाय ह्रींकारी प्रतिपालिका क्लींकारी कामरूपिणे बीज रूपे नमस्ते चामुंडा चंडघाती जयकारी वरदायिनी विचे च वेदा नित्यं नमस्ते मंत्र रूपिणे धाम धीम धूम दुर्जटे पत्नी वाम भीम भूम अग्धीश्वरी क्राम क्रीं क्रूम कालिका देवी शाम शिम शुम में शुभम करो हुम हुम हुमकार रूपिणे जम 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 नादिनी राम ह्रीं भ्रूम भैरवी भद्रे भवान्ये नमो नमः अम कम चम टम तम पम यम शम भीम धूम ऐं भीम हम शम धीजागरम त्रोटे त्रोटे दीप्तम कुरु कुरु स्वाहा पाम पीम पूम पार्वती पूर्णा खाम कीम खूम केचरी तना साम सीम सुम सती देव्या मंत्र सिद्धिं पुरुषों में इदम तो कुंजिका स्तोत्र मंत्र जागृति हेतु अभक्ते ने वदाते में गोपितम रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुंजिका देवी हीनां सप्ततिं पठेत् न तस्य जायते सिद्धिररण्ये रोदनम यथा ओम तत्सत् ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुंडाय विचे ओम ग्लौम हुम क्लीं जुं सः ज्वाले ज्वाले जल जल प्रचल प्रचल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुंडाय विचे जल हम सम लम शम पट स्वाहा नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिणे नमस्ते मधुमर्दिनि नमः केटभारिणे नमस्ते महेशार्दिने नमस्ते शुंभहंत्रिणे शुंभासुरघातिनि जागृतमि महादेवी जपं सत्यं पुरुषों में ऐंकारी सृष्टि रूपाय ह्रींकारी प्रतिपालिका क्लींकारी कामरूपिणे बीज रूपे नमस्ते चामुंडा चंडघाती च एकारी वरदायिनी विजय जय वेदा नित्यं नमस्ते मंत्र रूपिणे धाम धीम धूम दुर्जटे पत्नी वाम भीम भूम अग्धीश्वरी क्राम क्रीं क्रूम कालिका देवी शाम शिम शुम में शुभम करो हुम हुम हुमकार रूपिणे जम 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 नादिनी भ्राम ह्रीं भूम भैरवी भद्रे भवान्ये नमो नमः अम कम शम टम तम पम यम शम भीम धूम ऐं भीम हम शम दिजागरम त्रोटे त्रोटे दीप्तम कुरु कुरु स्वाहा पाम पीम पूम पार्वती पूर्णा खाम कीम खूम केचरी तना साम सीम सुम सती देव्या मंत्र सत्यं पुरुषों में इदम तो कुंजिका स्तोत्र मंत्र जागृति हेतु अभक्ते ने वदाते में गोपितम रक्ष भारती यस्तु कुंजिका देवी हीनां सचति पठेत् न तस्य जायते सिद्धिररण्ये रोदनम यथा ओम तत्सत् ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुंडाय विचे ओम ग्लौम हुम क्लीं जुं सः ज्वाले ज्वाले ज्वल ज्वल प्रचल प्रचल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुंडाय विचे ज्वलं सम लम शम पट स्वाहा नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिणे नमस्ते मधुमर्दिनि नमः केटभारिणे नमस्ते महेशार्दिने नमस्ते शुंभहंत्रिणे शुंभासुरघातिनि जागृतमि महादेवी जपं सिद्धिं पुरुषों में ऐंकारी सृष्टि रूपाय ह्रींकारी प्रतिपालिका क्लींकारी कामरूपिणे बीज रूपे नमस्ते चामुंडा चंडघाती च एकारी वरदायिनी विच्चे च वेदा नित्यं नमस्ते मंत्ररूपिणी धाम धीम धूम दुर्जटे पत्नी वाम भीम भूम अग्धीश्वरी क्राम क्रीं क्रूम कालिका देवी शाम शिम शुम में शुभम करो हुम हुम हुमकार रूपिणे जम 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 नादिनी भ्राम ह्रीं भूम भैरवी भद्रे भवान्ये नमो नमः अम कम चम टम तम पम यम शम भीम धूम ऐं भीम हम शम दिजागरम त्रोटे त्रोटे दीप्तम कुरु कुरु स्वाहा पाम पीम पूम पार्वती पूर्णा खाम कीम खूम केचरी तना सामसिंसुं सरस्वती देव्या मंत्रसिद्धिं कुरुष्व इदं तु कुञ्जिका सूत्रं मन्त्रजागृति हेतवे अभक्तेनैव दातव्यं गोविन्दं रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुञ्जिका देवी हीनां संशयं भवेत् न तस्य जातः सिद्धिररण्यरोदनं यथा ओम तत्सत् ओम ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डा विजयं ग्लौं हूं क्लीं जूं स्वाहा ज्वाले ज्वाले प्रज्वल प्रज्वल जल जल ज्वल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डा विजयोज्वल हम समलम शंपट स्वाहा नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिणे नमस्ते मधुमर्दिने नमः कैटमारिणे नमस्ते महिषार्दिने नमस्ते शुभेन्द्रे शुभस्रघातिने जागृते महादेवी जपं सत्यं पुरुषं ऐंकारी सृष्टिरूपे ह्रींकारी प्रतिपालिका क्लींकारी कामरूपिणे बीजरूपे नमस्ते चामुण्डा चण्डघाती जय कारी वरदायिने विजय जय प्रदा नित्यं नमस्ते मधुरूपिणे धाम धीम धूम दुर्जटे पत्नी वाम भीम भूवाग्देश्वरी क्राम क्लीं क्रूं कालिका देवी शाम श्रीं शुभ में शुभम करो हुम हुम हुंकारूपिणे जम 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 नादिनी भ्राम ह्रीं भ्रूं भैरवी भद्रे भवानी ते नमो नमः अं कं चम टं तम यम शम भीम दुम ऐं भीम हम शब्दे जागरम थ्रोटे थ्रोटे दीप्तं कुरु कुरु स्वाहा पां पीं पुं पार्वती पुण्य खां किं पुं केचरी धन सामसिं पुं शस्त्रती देव्या मंत्र सिद्धिं कुरुष्व मे इदं तु कुञ्जिका सूत्रं मंत्र जागृति हेतवे अभक्तेनैव दातव्यं गोपितं रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुञ्जिका देवी हीनां सप्तशतीं पठेत् न तस्य जायते सिद्धिररण्यरोदनं यथा ओम तत्सत् ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डा विजयं ग्लौं हूं क्लीं जूं स्वाहा ज्वाले ज्वाले ज्वल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डा विजय ज्वल हम समलं शंपट स्वाहा नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिणे नमस्ते मधुमर्दिने नमः कैटमारिणे नमस्ते महिषार्दिने नमस्ते शुम्भेन्द्र निशुम्भस्वरघातिने जागृतमे महादेवी जपं सिद्धिं कुरुष्व मे ऐंकारी सृष्टि रूपाय ह्रींकारी प्रतिपालिका क्लींकारी कामरूपिणे बीज रूपे नमस्ते चामुण्ड चण्डघाती कारी वरदायिनी विच्चे जय वेदा नित्यं नमस्ते मंत्र रूपिणी धाम धीम धूम दुर्जटे पति वाम भीम भूम अग्निश्वरी क्राम क्रीं क्रूं कालिका देवी शाम शिं शुभ में शुभम करो हुम हुम हुंकारूपिणे जम 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 नादिनी राम ह्रीं भ्रूं भैरवी भद्रे भवाने ते नमो नमः अं कं चम टं तम यम शम भीम दुम ऐं भीम हम शब्दे जागरण त्रोटे त्रोटे दीप्तं कुरु कुरु स्वाहा पां पीं पुं पार्वती पूर्णा खां किं पुं केचरी तना साम सिं सुं शप सती देव्या मंत्र सिद्धिं कुरुष्व मे इदं तु कुञ्जिका सूत्र मंत्र जागृति हेतवे अभक्तेनैव दातव्यं गोपितं रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुञ्जिका देवी हीनां संशतीं पठे न तस्य जायते सिद्धिररण्ये रोदनं यथा ओम तत्सत् गौरव यू विल चैंट एक बार
I will try, but if any mistakes are there, kindly forgive
कोई
me.
बात नहीं कोई बात नहीं एक बार आप करो एक बार विमल करेगा ठीक है
ठीक है. ओम परम तत्वाय नारायणाय गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्चे ओम ग्लौं हूं क्लीं जूं सः ज्वालय ज्वालय ज्वल ज्वल प्रज्वल प्रज्वल ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्चे ज्वल हम सम लं शं फट् स्वाहा. नमस्ते रुद्ररूपिण्ये नमस्ते मधुमर्दिनी नमः कैटभारिण्ये नमस्ते महिषार्दिनी नमस्ते शुभहन्त्रे च निशुम्भासुरघातिनी जागृतं हि महादेवी जपं सिद्धं कुरुष्व मे. ऐंकारी सृष्टिरूपाय ह्रींकारी प्रतिपालिका क्लींकारी कामरूपिण्ये बीजरूपे नमस्तुते. चामुण्डा चण्डघाती च येकारी वरदायिनी विच्चे च वेदा नित्यं नमस्ते मंत्ररूपिणी धाम धीम धूम दूर्जते पत्नी वाम वीं वूं वाग्धीश्वरी क्रां क्रीं क्रूं कालिका देवी शां शीं शूं मे शुभं कुरु हुम हुम हुंकारूपिण्ये जम 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 नादिनी भ्रां ह्रीं भ्रूं भैरवी भद्रे भवान्ये ते नमो नमः. अं कं चं टं तं पं यं शं वीं दूं ऐं वीं हं शं धीजाग्रम त्रोट्ये त्रोट्ये दीप्तं कुरु कुरु स्वाहा. पां पीं पूं पार्वती पूर्णा खां कीं खूं केचरी तथा सां सीं शूं सप्तती देव्या मंत्र सिद्धिं कुरुष्व मे. इदं तु कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रं मंत्र जागृति हेतवे अभक्तेनैव दातव्यं गोपितं रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुञ्जिकया देवी हीनां शप्शतीं पठेत् न तस्य जायते सिद्धिररण्ये रोदनं यथा. हरि ओम तत्सत्.
विमल
Didi, I start from the mantra only, right? Not the Shiva Vacha.
हाँ मंत्र से वो हो गया ना शिव
Om Aim Rim Chamundaya Vicham Glam Hum Klim Jum Sa Jwalaya Jwalaya Jula Jula Prajula Prajula Aim Rim Chamundaya Jula Ham Sam Lam Sham Phat Swaha. Namaste Rudrupane Namaste Madhvardhini Namakadvaharini Namaste Mashartini Namaste Shumbhantri Chari Shumbhasuragatini Jagratam Hi Mahadevi Jabam Siddham Kurushame Ainkari Srishtirupaye Hrinkari Pratipalika Klinkari Kamarupinye Bijarupe Namosute Chamunda Chandakati Cha Yekari Vardayini विच्चे चा भेदा नित्यं नमस्ते मंत्र रूपिणी धाम धीम धूम दुर्जड़े पत्नी वामी मूं वागदीश्वरी क्रांति मूं कालिका देवी शाम शिव शुभ में शुभम कुरु हुम हुम हुंकार रूपिणी जम 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 बनादिनी ब्राह्मणी ब्रूम भैरवी भद्रे भवानी ते नमो नमः. अंकम चमटं तप्पम यम शम विन्दुम ऐं हम शम दिजाग्रम त्रोटे त्रोटे दीप्तं कुरु स्वाहा. पां पीं पुं पार्वती पूर्णा खां किं को केचरी तथा सां सिं सु सप्तशती देव्या मंत्र सिद्धिं कुरुष्व मे. इदं तु कुञ्जिका स्तोत्रं मंत्र जागृति हेतवे अभक्तेनैव दातव्यं गोपितं रक्ष पार्वती यस्तु कुञ्जिकया देवी हीना सप्तशती पठेत् न तस्य जायते सिद्धिररण्ये रोदनं तथा. ओम तत्सत्.
Okay. Now we will ask for forgiveness. We are finishing our Kriya for today. So we will ask for forgiveness and then we will surrender. Whatever we have done, we will offer that to the Devi. Avahanam na janami, tavarchanam pujam chev na janami, shamasva parmeshwarim, mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktihinam sureshwarim, yad pujita maya devi pasidha parmeshwari, goyate gurgoptutam. So whatever you have done today, the jap, the part, you will put that in your right hand. This is the mudra that you do and you offer it to the feet of the goddess. Then you offer again 3 baar bolno, 3 times. Everybody will say shamasvaha, shamasvaha, shamasvaha. Some important tips. I already told you, vegetarian, don't go anywhere. Don't get angry at any female, whether it is a girl or a woman. Also क्या बोलते हैं उसको, whoever comes to your house, please feed that person. And एक important चीज था which I'm forgetting now. But anybody has any questions or we are almost done for the day? The best time is to chant is dusk, which is dusk ka time is very, very good for chanting during Navratri. And again, very powerful period is 11:30 in the night to 3:30 in the night. This is the main period for chanting during Navratri. Okay? So dusk, this, and of course, dawn is always a very powerful period. So any other question anybody has?
You mean 11:30 p.m. to 3:30 a.m., right?
Yeah, 11:30. Okay.
Maybe one more question. So you're not supposed to eat, even if you're paying for the meal. Is it better not to eat out at all?
No. If you're paying for the meal, you can eat, but don't try and eat if somebody else is paying.
Okay.
और उसमें भी ये होता है कि sometimes मतलब you have to, ऐसे if there is any social commitment, try to finish that during the first 3 days of Navratri. The last 6 days तो मतलब you should avoid at any cost to go anywhere at all. And also one important thing that I told you people was that you will keep a diary. You will keep a diary of your experiences from day 1 to day 9, and we are going to discuss then or day 10, which is Dashera, because I want you people to actually write down your experiences and see what is written in the scriptures. Is it all true or is it all just something that they have written? It has no validity at all. So like I said, first 3 days, second 3 days, last 3 days, I want you people to actually experience and see whether all 10 or 9, abhi 9 hai, whether there's 10 people, all 10 of you share the same experiences. Only then will you be able to confirm the veracity of the scriptures. And one more question was to all the people who read Bhagavad Gita, why should we focus here? Tomorrow I want an answer. Okay? ठीक है, जय गुरुदेव.
Other mantras, can we still do the
Jai Gurudev.
or
other mantras what?
no, the other mantras that we are doing, do we still keep doing it or just only focus on our
We have finished Divya Chetanand mantra pretty much. So अगर किसी को करना है तो कर सकता है, but these mantras, this one you should start doing. Also first 3 days, if you are I want you to yourself tell me how you feel, but try and chant a little bit of Namah Shivaya also every day, even if it is 5 minutes. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Chalo, Jai Gurudev. Any other question or we finish? Jai Gurudev then.